I mostly embody my sensation of being next to them, my sensation, my bodily experience of traveling with them. So it's a subjective experience, it's my experience, and through it I wish to honor their process and bring more awareness to the split consciousness within the body. There is a search of self, there is a search of connectedness, a search of linkage of all those different split consciousnesses and identities within one self. And the beauty of working with the body is that we only have one body. That is the container. That is, in a certain perspective, it can be the self. And this is how I work also with my clients, is getting to know the body, is getting to know all those different sensations within the body, those different postures, those different expressions, and step by step to become conscious of those different expressions within the body. When I move it, when I move my body, when I move all those different traits, emotions, states within my body, they are linked. I can understand them, I remember them. I remember that I moved my body this way, that my body moved me this way, that I felt this way, and so on. This is exactly the consciousness that in my perception is missing with those clients. That is jumped over. That is disconnected. I always move with them. I never watch them, or I always take my body with it so I can feel, I can imprint, I can understand through my own embodied experience how it could be like to be in their body, in their consciousness. I discovered the subtlety of consciousness, the subtlety of movement, the subtlety of an eye gaze, the subtlety of a zooming out of focus, visible in the body, in the face, in the breath. Every single movement is expression. Every single movement is consciousness. Every single movement can be looked at, discussed, brought to attention, and understood eventually. Working with those clients, I realized the importance of seeing that and staying there. Tolerating the body, tolerating those different parts. And the beauty of it. And it's by moving those postures, moving those different states, that with a client I try to bring consciousness and awareness to what is, to what is and to what isn't there yet, the jumps. In my experience and knowledge, the underlying factor for dissociative identity disorder and dissociation is trauma. And especially for dissociative identity disorders, it's repeated, ongoing, severe childhood trauma, early childhood trauma. And one of the big reasons that dance and art is so valuable, in my perception, for them, is that a lot of it happened non-verbally. A lot of it happened very, very early, and in a very raw and primitive way, also when it comes to the splitting of the mind or the splitting of the consciousness within their perceptions of self. And therefore, speech therapy has its limit. It then becomes the capacity of the therapist and the speech therapist to meet them on a non-verbal level, on a physical level. With this mind, with this approach, this creative approach, there is much less limitations, much less judgments in my perception of what can be and how a movement, a person, a state, an emotion can be approached. So there is a constant creativity and openness to the perception of the other. And I believe that this mindset of an artist, this mindset of a creative person, is the key in openness and acceptance of another. And in seeing the vastness of consciousness within them. To see the multiplicity within them, the complexity within them. I wish to share with you their complexity and how much they are unseen within their body, under the mask, under the body that we perceive as one. From outside we see a body, we think it's one. But what happens inside, it's so much more complex with each and every one of us, but especially with clients, with people that have suffered from extreme, severe early childhood trauma, where their survival mechanism was to split their consciousness into different parts in order to survive. So I think that's my biggest wish through this video, is to share that with you.